Very good morning to 11th standard students of St. John's. Just a recapitulation of what we have seen so far in chapter 4. Again, I repeat the chapter 4, the name is Combinatorics and Mathematical Induction. Combinatorics, we saw two headings, namely permutations and combinations. Even in the previous class, I've explained the definitions of those. Just we will recollect once again. Permutation means arrangement. It is denoted by NPR. If it is 5P2, we will say out of 5 objects, we are taking 2 at a time and arranging. 6P3, out of 6 objects, taking 3 at a time and arranging. So number of that arrangement is given by 6P3. And combinations, the word combination, the meaning is selection. Permutation means arrangement, combination means selection. It is written as or denoted by NCR. 5C2 meaning is out of 5 objects we are selecting 2 at a time. We have seen various properties in both the types. Even in permutations we had few properties, combinations also few properties were there. So based on those properties we did few problems on permutations and few on combinations. And after completing permutation and combination, the next heading was mathematical induction. I told you mathematical induction is nothing but proving a formula, proving a numerical formula. I said even if you believe that you had created a formula, you can prove that using this method called mathematical induction. If you can able to prove what you achieved, then what you achieved becomes a formula. So how to prove using mathematical induction? For that we have seen few problems and we are going to continue with problems based on mathematical induction. Question number 37. Prove that the sum of first n non-zero even numbers is n square plus n. Here the statement is when we add, sum means add, when we add first n non-zero even numbers, you know what is meant by even numbers. So when we add n even numbers, the answer is n square plus n. This is the statement. We need to prove this statement using mathematical induction. Now I think you will remember what are the 3 steps involved in mathematical induction. We will repeat it once again. First step, we will prove the result for n is equal to 1. So proving the result for n is equal to 1 is the first step, initial step. And in step 2, we will assume that the result is true for n is equal to k. By assuming the result is true for n is equal to k, in step 3 we will try to prove the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. If we can able to prove the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1, then we will say that what the statement we assume becomes a formula. Same way here our statement is when we add first n non-zero even numbers, the answer is n square plus n. This is our statement. So our statement we will usually take as P of n. So P of n is nothing but non-zero even numbers. You know very well even numbers start with 2. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus. Since we should take sum of first n means I should stop at 2n because totally n terms are present here. 2 is the first term, 4 is the second term, 6 is the third term. Similarly 2n is the nth term. So totally n terms are present. Don't ask how. 8 means it is fourth term. 10 means what? Fifth term. So 2n means what? Nth term. So totally we are taking n terms. and we said the answer is n square plus n. So this is our statement. We need to prove that this is true for all values of n. So what is the first step? We have to prove P of 1 is true. P of 1 is true means first we will take LHS. In LHS, P of 1, the meaning is I should take only one term. So LHS value is 2. RHS, this is RHS. In that you substitute n is equal to 1. So 1 square plus 1. Here also we are getting 2. Since they give both LHS and RHS giving same answer, we will say they are equal. Therefore P of 1 is true. So we proved the first step. P of 1 is true. What we should do next? We should assume that P of k is true. This is the second step. We have to assume the result is true for k. N is equal to k. That is P of k is true. So just take this 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus etc. In place of n, I will use k. So 2n becomes 2k. Even in the right hand side, if you see n square plus n becomes k square plus k. Now we are taking this result is true, and that is taken as equation number 1. Now what I have to prove is P of k plus 1 is true. This is what I want to prove. We have to prove that P of k plus 1 is true. And this is important. You need not write this in your examination, but you should know this. So for proving this result, actually what we have to do is we should add some term on both sides of this equation number 1. We have to add some term to both sides of equation number 1. How to identify what term should be added? For that, we should see this last term. In this last term, you put, instead of k, you put k plus 1. So 2 into, in place of k, you put k plus 1. Bringing 2 inside, it becomes 2k plus 2. So this is the term that you should add to both the sides. That we have to understand. That is the first one. The next thing, after adding, what is the answer that we should get in the RHS, so that we will say P of k plus 1 is true. For that, what I have to do is put k plus 1 in place of k in RHS. In place of k, you put k plus 1. For square, the square, plus in place of this k, I should use k plus 1. So this is the answer I want to get. For getting this answer, what should I add? This is the term to be added on both sides. So these two I should know before itself. What is the answer that I'm going to get? What is the term that I should add? These two we must know. Okay, so what we are doing, since we found out here, we are writing that adding 2k plus 2 to both sides of equation 1. So equation 1 is written here, plus adding this term 2k plus 2. Similarly, right hand side k square plus k. With that we are adding 2k plus 2. So what is this? Adding 2k plus 2 on both sides of equation number 1. Now if I see this, now I will concentrate in RHS. K square, I am writing this 2k here. This 2 is split as 1 plus 1, out of which 1 is written, and then another 1 is written with k plus 1. K square, 2k, and this k is present here. 2 is written as 1 plus 1. Now if you see the first 3 terms, it becomes the formula k plus 1 whole square. First 3 terms, k plus 1 whole square, because a square plus 2ab plus b square. So k plus 1 whole square plus, write this k plus 1 separately. So this is the answer that we wanted, k plus 1 whole square plus k plus 1. So now we have proved that what? P of k plus 1 is true. So now we can boldly say our result is true. How to say? See what I have written here. Therefore P of k plus 1 is true. Since P of k plus 1 is true, our statement or the given statement is true for all n. Therefore this is the result that we can take. We can consider this as the formula. So this is proved. This result is proved. So this is the basic concept of mathematical induction. This is how we will prove each and every sum. So you should be thorough with what are the procedures that we are following in mathematical induction, right? So even in the coming problems, we are going to use the same technique. So you need not get confused. Listen carefully. Now, question number 38. By the principle of mathematical induction, prove that for n is greater than or equal to 1, 1 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 4 plus it goes on like that, plus n into n plus 1, then the answer is given by n plus 1, n plus 2 divided by 3. So we are going to use principle of mathematical induction to prove this result. We need to prove this result. So what is the first step? What is the result that we should consider that as a statement? So P of n is our statement. So I am writing this result as our statement. What is the first step? I have to prove P of 1 is true. That is the first step. P of 1 means what? In LHS I should take only one term. So 1 into 2, that is the LHS. So answer is 2. For RHS, you take this. In this, replace n by 1. If I put n in n place 1, what will happen? This becomes 1. This becomes 1 plus 1. 1 plus 2 divided by 3. Out of that, this 3 will get cancelled, right? 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 gets cancelled. This is 2. 2 into 1 is 2. LHS value is 2. RHS value is 2. Therefore, they are equal. P of 1 is true. Hope you will understand up to this. What is immediately the next step? Assume that P of k is true. We need to assume this. P of k is true means what? From this statement, write this statement. In place of n, you put k plus 1 is equal to, in place of n, put k plus 1, k plus 2 divided by 3. So this result we can take by ourselves. We can imagine that this is true. So this is first equation. Now immediately you should find out two things. Can you say what are they? Can you say? By just understanding the previous problem, what is the next step? What are the two things that we need to find out here? Yes, one is what term should be added to both sides of equation 1. That is the first thing that we have to know. The second thing is what is the answer that we should get in the right hand side. Right hand side, what is the answer that we should get to prove P of k plus 1 is true. So those are the two things that we have to find out. For finding what term to be added, I said you should look at the last term. In the last term, you put k in place of k, you write what? K plus 1. Here you should write in place of k, write k plus 1. So this becomes k plus 1 and this becomes k plus 1 plus 1. So k plus 2. I think you will understand what I am telling. For this k, you should replace k plus 1. Here also you should replace k by k plus 1. So this becomes k plus 2. So what is the term that should be added to both sides of this equation 1? K plus 1 into k plus 2. Okay. What is the answer that we should get in the RHS? How to find that? Just you replace k by k plus 1. If you put k plus 1, what happens? This becomes k plus 2. This becomes k plus 3. Why? Because k becomes k plus 1. Another plus 2 is there. So k plus 1, k plus 2, k plus 3 by 3. That is the answer that we should get. If we get that answer, we will say P of k plus 1 is true. So try to understand. Since we have assumed that P of k is true, the next step is we have to prove. That is to prove. What is to prove? P of k plus 1 is true. This is what we need to prove. For proving this, we need to find two things. One is what term should be added to both sides. Next, after adding, what is the answer that we should get in the RHS. So we will see what it is now. Yes, this is what I said. To add, what term should be added? In the left hand side, in place of k, put k plus 1. In place of k, put k plus 1. Another plus 1 is there. So k plus 1, k plus 2 is the term that has to be added on both sides of equation number 1. What is the answer that we should get? We have calculated like this. I told you before itself, k plus 1, k plus 2, k plus 3 by 3. So this is to be added. This is the answer that we want in the final. Final result should be this. Then only we say P of k plus 1 is true. So how to continue now? Adding this term k plus 1 into k plus 2 to both sides of equation 1. If you see equation 1, it is from this to this, plus we are adding this term now. This term now we are adding equal to, if you see equation number 1, this is the RHS. What we are adding? K plus 1, k plus 2. So this and this are added to both sides of equation number 1. Hope you will understand. Now from these two, in this RHS, see the two terms and take the common term outside. K plus 1, k plus 2. Here also k plus 1, k plus 2. So take that as common. So these two goes out means k by 3 remains. These two goes out means 1 remains. You just cross multiply this. What happens? K plus 3 by 3, right? K plus 3 by 3. By 3 is written like this. K plus 1, k plus 2, k plus 3 by 3. That is the answer that we should get. So since this answer we got here, we will say P of k plus 1 is true. Since P of k plus 1 is true, the given statement is true for all the values of n. So this is nothing but the formula. So we have proved this is the formula. So if you see all the mathematical induction problems, it is almost the same method. Only thing you should know is exactly these two you have to find out clearly. What term should be added? What is the answer that we should get? We will see this a few problems of the same model. Mathematical induction type is very important, so you should write and practice all the problems that we are doing, right? We will go for problem number 39. Question number 39. Using the mathematical induction, show that for any natural number n which is greater than or equal to 2, 1 minus, the result is this, 1 minus 1 by 2 square into 1 minus 1 by 3 square into 1 minus 1 by 4 square. It goes on like that. 1 minus 1 by n square is equal to n plus 1 by 2n. So this is the formula that they are giving, and they are asking us to prove this result using mathematical induction. Hope you will understand. This is the formula given. We need to prove this is correct using mathematical induction. But you should notice one thing. Here n is greater than or equal to 2. So what is the meaning? We can use this formula for n is equal to 2 or n is greater than 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. For those n values, you can use this formula. What is the other meaning? We cannot use the formula for n is equal to 1, 0, negative numbers. We should not use. That is the meaning. So what is the first step? We should write the statement, and statement name is P of n. P of n is the statement. So we are writing what is given as a formula. We are writing. We have to prove that this is correct. This result is correct. For what is the first step? We should prove that P of 1 is true. But in this sum, I have changed 1 as 2 here. Why? Because of this reason. The result only can be applied from 2 onwards. N is equal to 2 on. For n is equal to 1, we cannot apply the result. Try to understand. Just try to understand the meaning of. That is why I am going slowly. This is different from the previous problems. Here specifically it is given n is greater than or equal to 2. So we can use this result only for n is 2 or more, not less than 2. 1, 0 and all we cannot apply. So to prove, usually we will write P of 1 is true. But here the result starts only from 2. So we should prove that P of 2 is true. So don't get confused. P of 2 means we should take the first term. Don't say, sir, P of 1 means first term. Here, since 2, it starts from 2, P of 2 means we should take only one term. That is the meaning. Don't get confused with previous sum and this sum. Again, I repeat, P of 2. Since it is given n, the result can be applied from only 2. The result is not given for n is equal to 1. So, even if I write P of 2, we have to prove it is true. We should take only one term, first term, because 2 is the starting term for us. So take the starting term alone for LHS. The 1 minus 1 by 2 square. Calculate this. 1 minus 2 square means 4. taking LCM or cross multiplying, 3 by 4 is the answer for LHS. But while coming to RHS, you replace n by 2. Replace n by what? 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 by 4. 2 plus 1 by 4, 3 by 4. Since RHS and LHS gives same answer, they are equal. P of 1 is true I have written. What should I write here? P of 2 is true. Why we are writing like this? Because result starts only from 2. So P of 2 is true. Now assume that P of k is true. This is the next step. After proving the first part, we should assume P of k is true. So P of k means what I have to do? In this original result or in this original statement, write this and put 1 by, in place of n you put k. 1 minus 1 by k square. Similarly RHS, replace n by k plus 1 by 2k. And this is taken as equation number 1. Now if you see the previous sums and this sum, you should understand a difference here. In the previous problems and all, between each and every term plus symbol was there, right? Plus symbol was there. But here it is multiplication, dot. So bracket means multiplication. So after this, after first equation, what are the two things that I should find out? Can you tell? One is which term should be added. Second one is what is the answer that we should get. But for this problem, I should not find which term should be added. I should find only which term to be multiplied, because all are in multiplication. Since all are in multiplication, I should find what? Which term to be multiplied. How to find means same concept. See the last term of LHS. Replace k by k plus 1. What happens? So 1 minus 1 by k plus 1 whole square. Just I am telling orally. 1 minus 1 by k plus 1 whole square. That is the term to be multiplied on both sides. Okay. After multiplying, what is the answer that we should get in the right hand side? For that, replace k by k plus 1. If this becomes k plus 1, what happens? K plus 2 by, if just I will write here, numerator will become like this, k plus 1 divided by 2 into, instead of k you put k plus 1. So 2k plus 2 should come in the denominator. Numerator k plus 2 should come. I am going to see the what is to be multiplied and what is the answer that we have to get now. But don't get confused how it is. That is why I am explaining here itself. What term to be multiplied means, put k in place of k, you put k plus 1. So 1 minus 1 by k plus 1 whole square to be multiplied. After multiplying, what is the answer that we should get in the right hand side means this is the answer. So we will see how it is. Now see this. Next step is to prove P of k plus 1 is true. What are the two things that we have to find out? What is to be, see, I have circled this add and multiply. Why? All the terms are in multiplication. So what is to multiply on both sides? This one. What is the answer that we should get? This one. This I have shown you before itself. K plus 2 by 2k plus 2. This is the answer that we need to get. So again see, I am just striking out addition and putting multiplying. I told you the reason. So multiplying this term to both sides of equation 1. So up from this to this equation 1. What we are doing? We are multiplying this term extra, equal to, for this is nothing but RHS of equation number 1. We are multiplying this. So multiplying this term to both sides of equation number 1. So what happens in the RHS? This is RHS. K plus 1 is here, 2k is here. Just cross multiply this. This will come here, right? So k plus 1 whole square will come here. So it becomes a square plus b square plus 2ab. While coming this, I am applying the formula, and then minus 1 whole divided by k plus 1 whole square. Hope you will understand by just cross multiplying. Plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. K plus 1 and 1k plus 1 gets cancelled. So the numerator, if you see, only k square plus 2k is present. If you see the denominator, 2k is there. Here 1k plus 1 is available. Hope you will understand this. Now taking common from the numerator, k is common, take out. In denominator, write as it is. So k gets cancelled. If k is taken out, k plus 2 will remain, right? K gets cancelled. So k plus 2, bringing this 2 inside, 2k plus 2. So that is the answer that we need to get, k plus 2 by 2k plus 2. So what we will say, since we got this answer, we will say p of k plus 1 is true. That is, the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. Therefore, the given statement is true for n is greater than or equal to 2. So this result is proved. Yes, this result is correct. Hope you will understand what is meant by mathematical induction. Just proving the formulas using mathematical induction. 3 steps. What are they? Assuming the result is true for n is equal to 1. Proving the result is true for n is equal to 1. Assuming the result is true for n is equal to k. Proving the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. These are the 3 steps involved. Again, we will see one more problem in the same model. Problem number 40. Using the mathematical induction, show that for any natural number n greater than or equal to 2. If you see, I think you know the meaning now. N is greater than or equal to 2 means, what is the meaning? This is the result given. This result can be applied for only n is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, not for 1, 0 and all. That is the meaning. So this is the statement. 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus etc. plus 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. n is equal to n minus 1 by n plus 1. So what is the question that we should take as our statement? That is p of n. What is to prove? P of 2 is true. Why I am writing 2? Meaning is n is greater than or equal to 2. So we need to prove p of 2 is true. So take the first term. Even though there is 2, the meaning is we should take one term. So 1 by 1 plus 2 or equal to 1 by 3. This is LHS. If you go for RHS, replace n by 2. So 2 minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Again 1 by 3, they are equal. P of 1 is true. Here completes the first part. What is the next thing? We should assume what? P of k is true. That is what we are writing here. Assume that P of k is true. Which means, what is the result that we can take from this? Write this. In place of n, you put k. Similarly, in the right hand side, k minus 1 by k plus 1. This result we are taking as true and giving the number as equation number 1. What we have to prove? We have to prove P of k plus 1 is true. So immediately we should find 2 things, right? I have written here. Again we are coming back to add, because plus terms are present in between the terms. So what is to be added to both sides of equation number 1? How to find out? By seeing the last term of LHS. What is the last term of LHS? If you see 1 plus 2 plus 3 etc. k, I should replace this k by k plus 1. So replace k by k plus 1. So this is the term that we should add on both sides. After adding, what is the answer that we should get in the RHS? How to find out that? Just in RHS, you put, instead of k, you put k plus 1 and then this minus 1. Even in denominator, in place of k, you put k plus 1, then plus 1. If you cancel this, becomes k, adding this becomes k plus 2. So this is the answer, final answer that we should get. If we get this, we will say P of k plus 1 is true. So these two are a very important step that we should know. What should be added? What is the answer that we should get? So what is the next step? Adding this to both sides of equation number 1. That will be the next step. Now if you see, adding this term to both sides of equation number 1. If you see this, from this to this equation number 1, from 1 by 1 plus 2 to this equation number 1, but we are adding this term, so plus put this term is equal to, if you see RHS of equation number 1 up to this, only this, but since we are adding this, plus you put this term, right? I think you will understand this. And after this term is written as it is, plus 1 by, we know in the 10th standard itself, sigma n, sum of n terms, formula is n into n plus 1 by 2, right? Or even I can say like this, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. n. This is called what? Sigma n. This is called sigma n. The formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. You know this in your 10th standard itself. Now similarly, if you see carefully, this is also in the same manner. So it starts from 1, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. But in last term is n, here last term is k plus 1. So what should I do? Here last term is n, here the last term is k plus 1. So if it is k plus 1 here, then this formula, in place of n, I should write k plus 1. In place of n plus 1, I should write k plus 2. Why? Because n is replaced by k plus 1. Another one is there, so k plus 2 by 2. So answer for 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. k plus 1 is what? K plus 1 k plus 2 by 3. Or even I will write like this. Answer for 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. plus k plus 1. The answer for this is what? K plus 1 k plus 2 divided by 2 using this formula. So for this denominator, see, I am writing this plus 1 by, for this the answer is k plus 1 k plus 2 by 2. So for this answer we are writing the answer k plus 1 k plus 2 by 2. In the next step, write this as it is, plus take this to numerator, 2 goes to numerator, so 2 by this. I think you will not have any confusion here. Taking LCM, if you see here k plus 1, here k plus 1 k plus 2, so LCM will be this k plus 1 k plus 2. So only k plus 1 is present. What is absent here? K plus 2, so that should come in the numerator, k minus 1 into k plus 2. For this, LCM is properly present here, so just write that 2, that's all, right? This is equal to, just multiply, what happens here? K square. If I multiply this 2k, then minus k, 2k minus k, k, minus 1 into 2, minus 2, and then this plus 2 by k plus 1 k plus 2. So minus 2 plus 2 gets cancelled. From these two, take k as common, so becomes k plus 1 by denominator. Out of this, this gets cancelled, so you will be getting k by k plus 2, k by k plus 2. Actually this is the answer that we wanted, right? If you see those two terms that we found out, the answer that we should get is this. Since we got this answer, we will say p of k plus 1 is true. That is, the result is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So immediately we will say what? Therefore the given statement is true for n is greater than or equal to 2. Hence what the result that I have given, we have proved this. So this is the formula which is correct because of this mathematical induction. So this is accepted as correct result. So I think you will understand all these things. Write the classwork properly, maintain it neatly. Thank you, children.